big horseman, one of the top horse breeders in the world, I think, on Hank Wiscamp, Colorado. They'd seen me there anyway. They talked me into going up there training horses for him, so I did. Went to Colorado in 1960. With double wages from 200 to 400. Like
Wow.
$400 a month.
You were in high cotton.
And high cotton in. So I imagine I broke probably, I was breaking like 70 head of colts every winter for Hank. By myself. I generally ride 10 head a day. I was running 10. He had hundreds of them. I was running 10 of them in the pen, run around crowd while, put them in another pen, go to catch and riding them. I'd ride them 10 before dinner. And then ride my older horses. I was getting ready to show. So I done that for 10 years. Had a lot of horses.
What was your favorite? What was your favorite horse?
I don't know. Every year is a different one. We changed every. He was just promoting advertisement. We didn't hardly ever showed one horse over 2 years. We had a new horse going all the time. All my life I was riding a green horse, seems like. This first time in my life now I got riding an old horse. When I raised, but he's getting old.
What's the name of the one you still have?
That's the one I still got out here. He's wandering around out here somewhere, and I just ride him once in a while. I went out to friend for 2 days a couple of weeks ago. Got to rope a few, worked a few.
That's amazing that you're still out there doing that.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, I got along good. That one day we started, I left. We had to meet him out there at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's one of them old timers. So I was getting up at 2 o'clock, being over to his house at 3:30. And that last day we worked, like I say, we left his house at 3:30 and we broke for lunch at 3:30 that afternoon. We broke for lunch. Horseback the whole time.
You're tough. Can you think of what was your favorite horse show, your favorite rodeo? What of all of the things you've done in your lifetime, what was your favorite thing to
Yeah,
do?
my favorite rodeo I can remember. I never had time to rodeo much, to tell you the truth. I got a card, got a PRSA permit. I don't even remember when it was back in the 60s. Thought I'd go rodeo, and the first rodeo went to Prescott, Arizona. 4th of July rodeo at Prescott. And we won the third in roping. Took $1,000 to fill the permit so you get your card. And won $900 just about to fill the card. That's rodeo. Then the horse shows, but my favorite horse for sure was Bonnie Eagle. He was a all-around horse. Took him to one show one time, won seven trophies, 7 first places, and that's what counting grand champion stud.
Is that the picture I seen with all the blue ribbons hanging down?
Yeah.
That's crazy. If there was anything that you could do over again, what would you want to do?
Did what?
Mm-hmm. Or if there was any aspect of your life in the past, what would you like to go back and do the same thing? I mean, what did you have the most fun with?
Nothing really. I started out just cowboy, and I ended up just cowboy. Went everywhere in between, but I've really done a little bit of everything. I've had to do a lot of things I sure don't want to do again. I can tell you some of that now.
Well, let's hear it.
I got stranded in Oregon. I guess about to say went to Oregon. Heard about all them big ranches up there. But he didn't know where it was. Like I say, no vehicle. Got stranded in the wrong place. There wasn't no jobs, but wasn't no ranches. It was more or less a timber country where we got stranded. So I had to go to work on a suction gang on the railroad. And that wasn't no fun.
No, I bet not.
But I knew how to do it. You just worked a month, worked till you got a paycheck, and got another bus ticket.
So you can get to somewhere else.
So I headed back down to Arizona and Texas.
So how did you end up here in New Mexico?
Well, that's what after I kind of quit showing and really kind of quit breeding horses. Still had a few mares, but anyway, I got back, punched cows, then I got the leasing ranch. I got lucked out and got a ranch leased, a really nice ranch in my home country, northeastern New Mexico. Around Cimarron, at least that UU Bar Ranch, about 100,000 acres. We started out just running yearlings on it, and then I got putting some cows together. So I ran 3,000 yearlings, and I put together about 500 cows just working day and night, just working steady. That's the only way I ever got anything working day and night. So anyway, I put that bunch of cows together. Then just leasing ranches, and how I got down this country, leased part of the old Bell Ranch. This country here, most of these ranches made up of the old Bell Ranch at one time. It was like 800,000, 700,000 or something acres, 700,000 acres. This ranch, and I always wanted to work there. They ran a wagon most of the year. It was out all the time. But it split up the year I got out of school in 47. It split up into about 6 ranches. So that was into that big ranch. Then I've worked most of that country since then. Belonged to different people. Spade Ranch and Wagner's bought part of it. Different places. Anyway, I leased one of them places, one part of the old Bell, the old Hampton Ranch. So I moved my cows down here. That was out of Logan, north of Logan. Then I had a couple more ranches leased, and finally had to sell them all. Sold my cows. Just went back, bunch of cows, day working. Now that's how I started out. I left school there at Cimarron in 78, making $60 a month. With the old WS Ranch, Vermejo Park. The man that owned the WS Ranch, he bought the Vermejo Park. Well, I was there actually, and joined them all. So it's all the Vermejo Park Ranch now. But so anyway, I started out there making $60 a month. That's what I'm making now, I think. But not working. Don't have to get up near as early.
Well, when I was in
That outfit, I'm not kidding. I went to work there for old Jed Knight up the mountain. He'd get us up at 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock every morning. And that's the young guy that go jingle horses up there in the mountains, darker than the inside of a cat. You know, man couldn't see nothing. Or jingle horse. The old guys, they could stay in camp, cook breakfast. We'd come back, have breakfast, do the dishes, go out and saddle up and hit a long trot That's almost Jed News, a long trot. We trot to the backside and sit there and wait for it to get daylight. Not that all spring, all fall. I used to think that was awful then when I got older and I had my outfit. Sure enough, get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go do the same thing. I know all the young guys thought I was nuts.
I don't think I've ever known a person that has had more experiences in life than you have, and in so many different areas. It's just amazing to me, and even like being in the Hall of Fame for American Quarter Horse and all the stuff you've done there, and I'm just like, you are the picture and the epitome of a real cowboy. People nowadays can only hope or try to be like you, but they'll never, life is different now. They'll never be able to match that. And that's, to me, is awesome history.
It was just accident. Didn't do nothing on purpose. I just thought, I'm sure I didn't know where I was going, what I was going tomorrow. Even after we was married and had that baby, was on that one kind of give you an example of how I felt. He's on this ranch on Fort Union Ranch. And a good friend of my dad, old Oakhart, no Indian guy, was running it. But anyway, we was out working cattle that morning, and there's another guy working there, and I don't have no idea what happened. Anyway, I got mad about something. So we got back to camp at about noon afternoon. I rode up to the camp where my wife was, and I hollered at her. Still horseback, I hollered at her. She come to the door, and I said, "How soon you get ready to go to town?" She said, "Oh, we going to town?" I said, "Yeah, and we ain't coming back." We loaded what little stuff we had back to the truck, and we was gone. We didn't think about tomorrow.
Well, I know when I was an inspector for the livestock board here, I felt that it was quite an honor for me to be out at the ranch with you, watching you start those colts and work those cattle and all, and I was very honored to meet you.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Like I say, I didn't do nothing on purpose, just what just happened. But I've been there before, From that
you've
kind
done
of
well.
start, from nothing. I mean, we didn't have, Dad, he never owned a house, just worked on ranches always, and that, we never had nothing. But I've been everywhere. Another thing I remember, one of my favorite things that, I think it was 65, they first built that Astrodome in Houston. It was a big deal. They called it the Seventh Wonder or something. It was supposed to be a big. Anyway, the first show they had there, I believe this is right. The first show, and I went down there to show, and I had this stud horse belonging to Hank Wieskamp, roping calves on him. Anyway, we went to calf roping there, and I thought that was a big deal. And that's where I first met my good friend, Webb. He was world champion steer roper at the time. And he's roping there, so he always gave me a hard time. He thinks he should have won it. He probably should have. He probably should have. But anyway, that was one of my favorite deals. And that was in Houston in 65. Then we went to the Cow Palace show. Chicago, we've been from one end to the other. Like I say, I've been broke flat in Oregon. I had a lot of fun in New York. Didn't make much money or did, but none of it lasted very long.
Tell us, but didn't you show at stock show at Fort or in Denver?
I can't see you. I can't hear you.
I said, didn't you win at Denver? The Denver stock show?
The what now?
Didn't you show there and win?
I can't hear you, Ruby.
Didn't you show at Denver?
At Denver?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot. So the National Western Stock Show at Denver, a lot. One of the first things I won rain there in 1962, I know.
Wow. Do you remember what horse you won on?
Yeah, Skip Princess was a mare. Palomino mare belonged to Hank. Really, he had some good ones. They was the best all-around horses ever was raised. He was good, some good ones. Do everything. Like I say, we just haul one horse, rope on, rein on him, show him his halter, and do everything. Most that upon the Eagle, I run him on track, and I'm in little breast tracks eastern Colorado, them 220s, and he could run 220.
Wow.
He did not, and I was after the rope calves on him and everything. They do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they had some good horses back then. They could do everything off of one horse.
Yeah. Yeah, like my old friend, old Hugh Bennett, he was world champion roper back in the 30s. And he always said, man, there'd be roping calves and roping steers on the same horse. And a lot of people would ask how come, and old Hugh, he would tell them, if a horse can't tell the difference between a calf and a steer, he didn't want him.